On the newsroom, I'm Stuart McGinn. And now time saver traffic.
We'll continue to watch issues on the southbound 427 ramp to the eastbound 409. Crews on scene of a collision that does have the right lane blocked. Now, still about a 25-minute delay on the westbound 401 to make your way from Meadowvale all the way up to Victoria Park. We had a collision in the collectors. It was in the left lane. At least that problem cleared. Eastbound on the 401 slows from Dixie to Keel, and on the westbound 403 ramp to Erin Mills. Right at the top of the ramp, a collision involving a GO bus has the right lane blocked. News Talk 1010 weather. We will see sunshine today, but we will stay in the deep freeze. Highs for today only reaching -10 with a wind chill of -18 in the afternoon. Right now, it is even chillier than that. We're sitting at a sunny -15. With the wind, it feels like a blistering -24. Time saver traffic. Imagine on CIFY. Your next update at 8:45 on News Talk 1010 Toronto.
In the next half hour, free-for-all round 2 on the panel. Hey, MP Marco Mendicino. Maybe we can advance this conversation about Toronto versus the Liberal caucus. Bob Reed is also here, and Sabrina Nancy. And in just a moment, how wide is your sidewalk? As you all know, Jerry and I don't agree on a lot of things.
Okay, that's true, but I notice there's one thing we absolutely do agree on.
If we were to sell our homes, we would only use our friend, Frank Leo.
So, of course, we know that Frank and his team of strong negotiators have sold thousands of homes.
And, of course, everybody knows they're the #1 RE/MAX team in Toronto and the entire GTA.
Partly because they have a multi-million-dollar marketing system. They use radio, TV, the internet, newspaper, billboards, buses, bus shelters, and me and John.
Well, with this amazing exposure, Jerry, reaching millions of potential buyers weekly, you have to get the most money for your home.
And that is why Frank is the only agent we trust and recommend, and by the way, has great hair.
He does. If you're thinking of selling your property, you have to call our friend Frank Leo. Go to getleo.com. That's getleo.com.
And you can start packing with confidence.
Find your possible with Lotto 649. With 2 jackpots on every ticket. The classic $5 million jackpot. And the growing gold ball jackpot of $30 million. Play Lotto 649 for a chance to win the classic jackpot or the gold ball jackpot of either $30 million or the guaranteed $1 million prize. Find your possible. Buy in store today or at OLD.ca.
Now, meeting new people during the COVID lockdown is why engagement ring sales were soft for 3 years, which explains why diamond prices are so low worldwide. Now that the lockdown has been over for 39 months, we set a new record for engagement ring sales in December. Just like you said we would, Valentine's Day is on the way. A great time to get engaged. Diamond prices are still low, low, low. Why settle for a smaller diamond when you can get a bigger one for the same price?
Bets. Located in Vaughan, Scarborough, and Mississauga.
Owning a 2024 Honda CR-V Touring Hybrid is more than just about amazing performance and capability. It's a feeling. A hybrid of feelings, if you will. Like the freedom of adventure that comes with all-wheel drive. Or the comfort and confidence of Honda sensing safety technology. And with a range of up to 800 kilometers on a single tank, you'll also find that driving it just feels good. Right now, get that Honda feeling and a $1,000 Honda bonus when you lease the CR-V Touring Hybrid for just 4.99% for 30 months OAC. Based on combined fuel rating. In stock now, see HondaOntario.com.
More in the morning continues on News Talk 1010 Toronto.
Well, it's a day all about reactions. Got a text from my friend Dave Sadowski who said, I think it's Leslie Church, not Christina. And I believe you are correct. Leslie Church is the PMO's favored Liberal candidate for the riding of St. Paul's. Carolyn Bennett is retiring after, I think, 26 years in office. And it's always interesting, and the Liberals are not alone in this, the way the leader's office will favor one person over another. And for example, Kevin Vaughn was the PMO's chosen candidate for Spadina Fort York, and he had everything going for him. You know, he was, I mean, let's face it, parties will pick based on various principles, including ethnicity, so that was part of it. He was part of the minority community in Toronto. He's a member of the, Navy, so that worked. And he was very, very active pre-running running for election as a community leader, the kind of person who, turns out in a crisis or who does a lot of fundraising or food bank work and stuff like that. So he was perfect. And then the Liberals pulled the pin on him 3 days before the election over some selective issues. However, it can be said he was the chosen candidate by the intelligentsia at one point over, and I never want to identify this individual, but I've said I have a friend who would define politics that requires air raid silence. So I'm not, I have frozen corn, I just don't have this brand of frozen corn. What are they saying?
I mean, do you want me to use some of the words that they have here? You were called a clown, you were called a snob, you've been breathing your inner Fraser Crane.
Everybody knows I'm a snob. When we launched this show, initially, the guy who was conceived of the idea of me as a morning man, he wanted to make me more lovable. And I suppose I'm lovable. I remember Donnie Coulter's hour of our show. I was referencing that particular period where we launched the show. And they actually added a part-time co-host, again, to, as I said, make me seem more huggable. And I was telling the story to Donnie Coulter, and he said, I think you're huggable. But I think you got to be you. And I am very much a Fraser Crane person. I'm not disdainful of frozen corn. I don't know that we need to spend 5 minutes talking about one brand of frozen corn that has a bit of an issue.
You mean, drive an hour outside the city and pluck it right from the husk itself?
No. Eagle brand frozen corn, for those taking notes. Okay, so I was mentioning how wide is your sidewalk? That's the headline of Dave LeBlanc's column in the Globe and Mail, and I'm a big fan of Dave's. I mean, he works for us or with us. He's a long-time friend, and he is the art tourist in the Globe and Mail. And I love he's like Sean McAuliffe and a few other people. He has this great sort of urban sensibility. And one of my hobby horses is urban planning and what a city looks like, what a city feels like. And I love that he wrote a column today about how wide sidewalks are in the city of Toronto. He measured the sidewalk in front of the retail residential building he and his wife own on Danforth, and he was delighted to discover it's 5 meters wide. But in other parts of town, we have very, very narrow sidewalks. And then, of course, you get some areas of town, especially Etobicoke, that don't have sidewalks at all. But, like I said, urban spacing is one of my hobby horses. And I was talking to Jerry the other day. His daughter is on the road with a traveling show, and she's in Edmonton. And I said, oh, I hate Edmonton. The streets are too wide. He said, well, what's wrong with that? I said, well, it's very hostile. Wide streets. Like, go to Scarborough, for example. Eglinton in Scarborough. The likelihood that you feel comfortable on the sidewalk is very low, and the likelihood that you're going to cross the street to go to the other side is very low, because wide streets are hostile to pedestrians, and ditto narrow sidewalks. Young streets, the sidewalk that you sometimes have to walk single file, usually out with, goes whizzing by right next to you, all bike paths, so there's a bit that makes the sidewalk feel wide.
Cal, who's your house?
This is Michael. Name is Cal?
Not to you, me. To you, the...
Hello, I'm Michael.
You in a moment.
Fiona,
You didn't get my...
the one that said you had a big
Oh, Cal, you've got to be a situation. Please aren't this email myself.
big surprise coming! Exclamation period. Fiona. Callum, you should have...
Definitely have that Jim Stairs and meet your people. Your messages to the world.
Bits. Located in Scarborough and Mississauga.
Who doesn't love pizza and something sweet for dessert? Your liver doesn't. It's low energy and an expanding waistline. And get a daily detox with Active Liver from New Nordic. Available in tablet or gummy, Active Liver's high-quality ingredients like milk thistle and turmeric extracts are proven to promote a healthy liver. Find Active Liver at Shoppers Drug Mart, Walmart, Loblaws, Jean Coutu, and London Drugs, or online at Amazon and newnordic.ca.
New Year's resolution? No problem. EggSmart has tons of great options to help you eat smart, like their farm fresh salads, avocado toast, fresh fruit bowls, Greek yogurt parfait, and more. Plus, keto-friendly options, including the keto breakfast plate or the keto skillet, featuring double smoked bacon, sauteed onions, green pepper, and cheddar cheese. Served with a side of avocado topped with pico de gallo and sliced tomato on a bed of fresh spinach. Eat smart with EggSmart. Visit eggsmart.com for locations.
Have you wanted to speak a new language but thought it would be too difficult or time-consuming? Then it's time to try Babbel. Babbel works because it's built around real life. It teaches you practical conversations that you will actually use. So with just 15 minutes a day, you'll be on your way to speaking in a new language in just a few weeks. Babbel. Language for life. Right now, Babbel is offering radio listeners 55% off their subscription. Visit babbel.com/radio. That's BABBEL.com/radio for 55% off.
Lost your job? Get the severance you owed with The Employment Lawyer in New York and Truro from employmentlawyer.ca. Listen to The Employment Law Show every Sunday at 1 p.m. on News Talk 1010.
8:45 is the time, just ahead of the roundtable. Let's get to News Talk 1010 time saver traffic.
Well, John, I wish I could say it was warming up. It isn't. So probably give yourself a few minutes if you're headed to your vehicle to warm it up. And then once you get on the roadways, you're running into a problem on the southbound 427. It's on the ramp that takes you to the east 409. It's the right lane that is occupied. There is a bit of a bottleneck on the approach, but there is a lane that is getting through. Headed towards the 401, that's going to take you 30 minutes to get from the 410 out to Dufferin, according to our ways map. Westbound 401 barely moves from Morningside to Avenue Road. It does alternate though, core and collectors. And checking in on the drive on the southbound 404 GDP, heaviest from Finch down to Bayview Bloor. For 4 months in advance and save $400 per family of 4 on packages to Curacao with Air Canada Vacations. Book at Air Canada.